Hey everyone, it's August 20 of 2020. One of my New Year's resolutions earlier in the year was to normalize my relationship with food. And you may have realized that I've been fasting on and off, sometimes a day, sometimes 2 days for the last couple of months. I really wish I could fast a much longer period of time. And the reason I know that is because of another experience I had actually 10 years ago this year, in 2010. I had gotten into a very abusive relationship with a girl, and she took advantage of me financially, and I ended up losing most of my life savings up until that point. I was young enough to recover from it, but I lost most of my life savings, and I almost dropped out of school. I was working on my PhD, and fortunately I caught up with school, but as I was looking at my finances, I realized I couldn't date again for 3 months. At the beginning, I was looking at my finances, going over how to recover from everything, and I realized I didn't have anything budgeted for dating for 3 months, and I got very despondent over that, and I actually almost took my life. This was 10 years ago now, so I only very recently did I like sharing about how I almost took my life, especially because of COVID-19. I have a few friends who I felt were on the verge of doing that, so I started sharing my story a little bit more. Okay, so at the beginning I realized I couldn't date for 3 months, but one day I had gone to a coin show. I didn't have any money to buy any coins, but I decided to browse anyway. And I realized I had the best time of my life. I didn't have a girl to take to the coin show with me, but I had the good time anyway. And later that summer, it was in the summer when at the beginning of summer when I broke up with the girl. Later that summer, I went to a number of other events, and I had a great time. And my big discovery that summer was that you didn't need a girl to go out and have a good time on a Saturday night. Sometimes when I tell people about this concept, I joke that it's my other PhD thesis, because it was a big discovery for me during the time I was working on my PhD. So sometimes I'll tell people my other PhD thesis. Even to this day, I still, especially at the beginning of COVID-19, I still practice a lot of solo-sexual dating. Well, over the last 10 years, I've had phases where I've been solo-sexual. But after the end of that summer, I liked it so much that I spent the rest of the fall as a solo-sexual as well. And I finally meet another girl that winter. And what I really liked about it was that when I would go out with the girl, there was a lot less pressure. If things didn't go well, I could still enjoy next Saturday night as a solo-sexual. And so it took the pressure off of do or die, when I went out with a girl. And I wish I could do that with my food as well. If I can go, I'm thinking about this. For 6 months, I can't do a fast for 6 months, obviously, but I could certainly swear off certain foods for a number of months and then come back to it and be a little bit more optional about it, right? One of my big weaknesses is obviously the baking chocolate, and I have sworn off chocolate for some time, because when I travel to Taiwan or to Macau, I can't find it, but I haven't felt the sense of having more options with it after I go home. Maybe I haven't done it long enough, right? But if I could swear off food totally for like 2 weeks, I bet I'd have a 2-week food quarantine, if you will. When I go back to it, I bet it would feel a lot more optional. I wouldn't feel pressured. Oh, if I can't get to my food, I can always enjoy, doing something else, right? I need to have that feeling with food, just like I did it with dating 10 years ago now. It was very liberating coming off of that. Even to this day, I'm still benefiting from those 6 months that I had by myself. Part of the reason I got through COVID-19 and social distancing is probably because I realized I can, right? If I didn't have that time 10 years ago, it might have been a whole different story.